You are a father of three and a high-level basketball player. How could you manage the family life, professional life? You stay away from the family 1 week, 2 weeks. How hard it is?
First of all, I have to give credit to my wife. She's the kind of the backbone of the family. She kind of, allows me to focus on my professional life. But, my biggest joy is being a father. Being with my kids and getting a chance to experience and make so many great memories with them. So, I try on my days off, or like I said, even, we're fortunate enough that we have a lot of early morning practices, so I get a chance to spend a lot of time with them once they get out of school. So I try to do stuff with them, but it's never easy. It's never easy to kind of find that balance, especially, all the gauntlet of the season we have. But I think my kids know. They've been used to this life and this lifestyle for a little bit, so they understand, when I leave or when I have a game. But they enjoy it. They probably enjoy it, even more than I do sometimes.
You play for UNC Greensboro. Is it right? They were the only college you let you play.
Well, I had opportunities, but it was the only college that I wanted to go to. I only took one visit, and once I took a visit there, I automatically knew that that's where I wanted to go. And I kind of decided maybe a little bit earlier than most players. And then I guess the story goes from there. I kind of had a big last year of my high school, which probably could allow me to maybe go to some other schools. But UNC Greensboro was the choice. It was a place I fell in love with as soon as I got there. And I think it worked out well that I went there.
I read that you comment the game of UNC Greensboro right now with your ex-teammate. Is it right?
Yeah. We watch a lot of games. I try to, stay in touch, with the university as much as I possibly can. Try to, stay as close to the players and the coaching staff and the people there, because the university did so much for me. So if I'm able to, possibly do, as much as I can for the university in the time that I have, then I like to do it.
You started your European career in Italy, in Veroli, with the coach Andrea Trinchieri. A lot of time flies. What are the moments you remember most about that experience?
Honestly, I think, Andrea, Coach Trinchieri, he helped teach me the foundations of basketball. He helped teach me what it truly meant to be a professional. And even though at the time it was second division and maybe I didn't understand or see the foresight in it, but I think he was helping to try to groom me into being a high level player. I think maybe he knew, or maybe he recognized that I could have the potential to be, a Euroleague player or something like that. So even during that time, he was maybe harder on me than maybe some other players, or maybe he may have paid attention or made me, do stuff maybe that some other players didn't do. But I think it was all for good reason. And for me, I owe, a lot of my success that I had in my career, to him.
Can we define the Bamberg experience for you, the turning point of your career with MVP?
Definitely, man. It was definitely the turning point, because it taught me, how to play European basketball, right? It was the first time that I went to a team that I had to play a role and had to accept a role. All the other teams I went to, I was the best player, the player that had got the most touches, the player that had the most responsibility. So going to Bamberg, I had to play a specific role, and playing that role, helped me understand what it took to win. In European basketball. And then that was kind of not only the turning point in my career, but the turning point in my life, that I understand that, the sacrifices, the determination, those things that matter the most to win, at this level in basketball. And fortunate enough for me that, I had opportunity to play against, Olympiacos and Real Madrid and these teams that were in our group. And I had success versus them, and it allowed me to kind of make that springboard to the next step in my career.
Olympiacos spent a lot of money before you arrive. Very good player, Josh Childress and Linas Kleiza, stuff like that. But when you arrive, something changes. What are the changes in that team and building a dynasty, a European dynasty?
I think it almost happened by accident. Looking back on it now, you would look at the team and you would say there's a lot of big names, whether or not it was, myself or AC Law or Joey Dorsey or Pero Antis or Kostas Salukas or Papa Nicolau or, those type of players. But at the time, we were all kind of unheralded players, besides Spanoulis. Spanoulis, everybody knew who he was. So the management had decided that they were going to sign a bunch of young players and kind of build around Spanoulis and kind of see how it went. And fortunately for us, we were able to find chemistry amongst each other. We had a great coach and, legendary coach and Coach Ikovic who, allowed us to kind of grow and build that chemistry together. And we were able to kind of, make history, not only to, to win one title, but to have the opportunity to win 2 championships. I mean, it's something that's very special. And I mean, I think looking back on it, I don't think we really fully understood what we were accomplished because we were all so young and it was all really our first time besides Spanoulis really doing it. Even Spanoulis, like it was his first time really leading a group. He was in Panathinaikos, but it was him with a collection of players. So this is his first time really being the leader of a group. So I think for all of us, maybe that lack of experience is the reason why we were able to have success because we really honestly just didn't know. So.
Yeah, training with Spanoulis, I think, is inspirational. And what makes him different?
I mean, I think first of all, just the person he is. I mean, he's a special character, a special person. I mean, you can see that in just who he is and how he carries himself, both on and off the court. The passion, the pride, the discipline that he takes in his life. And I think that was the biggest, takeaway I had from him. He's a fanatic about basketball. If he's not playing the game during that time, he's watching the game, he's talking about the game, he's studying the game. So for me, that's what I kind of took away from him, that like if you want to be good at this, if you want to play this and play at a high level, then you have to truly become a student of the game and you have to really make it a part of your lifestyle. I think at that time I liked basketball, I loved basketball, but it wasn't, necessarily, I guess you say, my life 24/7. And I think with him and studying him, his routine, his habits, everything revolved around basketball. And that's what I kind of took from him. But I think just his special character, he's a special character, a special person. I think that's why he's considered, possibly the greatest European basketball player in Euroleague, of all time.
Talk about Just a Kid from Sickerville. Your docu-film was a great one, and why did you do that with your brother and your best friend? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the every time I came home during the summertime, people always ask me, what is life like playing overseas? And me and my brother Tyler, my best friend Mike, we said like, why don't we just create something to show people? We were always talking about how great, playing basketball overseas is, how great the Final Four is, how great my experience was. So we wanted to have opportunity to kind of show people that and showcase that, and hopefully, people, younger players or other people will kind of learn from it. Because when I came, to Europe, I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. So, I wanted hopefully maybe kids or players to use it as a reference to maybe understand that, the NBA is the NBA, but you can still come to Europe and still, have a great career, still be able to enjoy things, not only with yourself, but with your family. And also kind of show like the difficult moments, the difficult moments. It was like, me, missing the birth of my son, or different situations like that. But we want to kind of show, all the sides, of basketball. And I think, I think it was great. And also to inspire other players to kind of show, their sides, which I think is something that happened. I think you see a lot more. There was a time where, I think as athletes, we were all kind of closed, players were, kind of afraid to kind of, be a little vulnerable. So I think now, I think you see it more in social media or even like some of the content that some of the players are developing. You see players not afraid to open up and to kind of show different aspects of your life. And I think, that was kind of part of it too.
You play with CSKA, you win another 2 titles. What are the differences between the 2 titles and what you remember most about the Moscow experience?
I mean, my Moscow experience was incredible. Fortunately for me, I was able to, work with Coach Messina there. He was the one that, that brought me there. He had left, to go to San Antonio. So, I had opportunity to work with Coach Tutor. So I think it's one of the, greatest and best basketball minds, of this era, I guess you can say. But I mean, we were able to win 2 titles. I mean, I think in 2016, what I remember the most was CSKA up to that point had so many bad luck moments, I guess you could say, in the Final Fours.
You are the good luck one, like Olympiacos.
I would like to hope so, but I mean, even the year before, like the 2 years before, like we had the year with Maccabi where Maccabi made the shot, and the year prior we lost in 15 where we thought we had a really good team. To be a member of that team that brought a EuroLeague title back to Moscow. It's a team that thrives on winning EuroLeagues. Like that's the main goal. It's the only goal the whole entire season is to win EuroLeague. So to be able to accomplish that and be a part of that group, I think that was special. And then 19, I think that we just had, it was similar to the feeling that we had when I was in Olympiacos. Like we just had a really special group of individuals that really care for each other. To this day, we still all talk, when we see each other, the Chachos, the Nandos, the Corey Higgins, the Will Clyburns, the Alex Peters, all those different guys. We still talk. We still have, a great chemistry together. So I think that was the most special moment. And then also the 2019 was special to me because my kids, my two kids were able to be a part of it. So to have the pictures, to have the celebration with them, that's something that's always going to be memorable that we can share for the rest of our lives.
Why and when you decide to go to Olympiacos, to Olimpia Milano, sorry?
I mean, I guess it's kind of a long story, but, honestly, I was in CSKA for 7 years. And honestly, when the opportunity came, I had talked to Chacho. I mean, Chacho kind of had been going back and forth, a little bit towards the season. And he always was asking me, like, would you come here? Would you come here? And I jokingly told him, I was like, I mean, I'm open to it. But in the back of my mind, I never thought that I would leave CSKA. I'd been there. I was the captain of the team. But once I kind of really got a chance to talk to Coach Messina, and he kind of talked to me about what he was trying to do here, the program that he was trying to create, the legacy that he was trying to create here, it really opened my mind. It really, made me excited about, first of all, having an opportunity to work with him again. And then, coming here to Italy, we talked about before, I started my career in second division in Italy. So I had seen first division, and, that was kind of like a dream when I first started to play in the first division, to play, against the Trevisos, to play against the Bolognas at the time, the Sienas, like to play against all those great teams. And, I was like, what not a better opportunity to come here, to be a part of this, this special, I don't want to say rebuild, but this special, new chapter of Olimpia Milano. Come, play with Chacho, come play with a bunch of guys that I already knew, reconnect with Coach Messina, and then have the opportunity for my family to kind of experience a new way of life, a new chapter for us. And I think all those kind of came together. And then honestly, fortunately, kind of unfortunately, but it was during the period where it was COVID, where I was home and I had a lot of opportunity to kind of be around my family. I got excited about, just wanting to start and wanting to have a new challenge and a new chapter to, possibly close out my career. So I was like, I started my career in Italy, and I was like, knock on wood, why not try to finish my career in Italy? So that was kind of the main reasons.
And in your opinion, what do you bring to the table of Olimpia Milano for improving, for making this project good and improving year by year?
I think I'm just, maybe just a part of the puzzle, part of the operation here. I think, first it was, Coach Messina who came here and was able to, make so many great changes, and with his great past and the things that he's done and his pedigree to bring it, to bring that here, I think was special. And then, for other players to follow, like a Chacho Rodriguez, who has his pedigree, has won everywhere. I think those two kind of opened the door. And, once they came, I think it allowed for other players like myself to, really want to take part in this special project. So for me, I just hope that I can, just bring, a player that wants to win and wants to, help, continue to, lead this organization, lead this club, lead this city. This club is a traditional winning club, not only in Italy, but, traditionally in Europe. So, if I wanted to be similar to, like I said, in 2016 with CSKA, like I wanted to be part of that group that helped, bring Olimpia Milano back to the forefront of Europe and back to the forefront, of Italy together. So.
And what's the meaning of leadership in basketball, in your opinion?
I guess you would say it's a wide, definition, I guess you can say. But, for me as a leader, I'm not the most vocal person. I try to every day just to try to lead by example. I try to, set a positive example, try to come in every single day and try to give my best effort and try to, be the best version of myself and, hopefully, do those things that can help bring the team close together. I've been a part of winning teams. I've been a part of winning championships. And I see, the little things, the small things are really the things that make make up the difference. So, for me, that's what leadership is just trying to be, the person, whether or not it's me or somebody else, trying to bring that person or trying to bring that missing piece every single day.
And what's your situation right now? Is there a chance to make another year in Milan? You have already thought about it or not?
We'll see. For me, is the most important thing is that we have a big playoff. We didn't have, I guess you can say, didn't meet the expectations of the season that we wanted so far in the Euroleague. But we'll see. I still enjoy playing basketball. I still love the game. I still, enjoy coming here every single day. Like, to me, it's not like work. Like, I get excited every morning that, that I get a chance to come and play and practice and learn from Coach Messina and play against these guys, play against Nick Mellies and Sebastian and Siobhan Shields, like play against these things are like exciting to me. So as long as that hunger is still there, then, we'll see what happens.
When you arrive in Milan, someone says, okay, Kyle Hines is a good player, but he's too small for being a center. Probably is a cliche of your career. What's your relationship with the city?
For me is a long time ago, my grandfather told me, just make the best with the tools that you have. That's something they told me, and that's something I take pride in. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and all suddenly be, 2 meters 12, 2 meters 13. And I just try to make the most of what I have. That's been something that's been following me for my whole entire life. When I was in middle school, when I was in high school, when I was in Veroli, even up to now, people are still, questioning whether or not I can do it. And, for me, it's just motivating to continue to try to just prove people wrong.
Which is the most Kyle Hines player today?
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. I think basketball is forever evolving, right? I think when I first came in, there wasn't the undersized center. And like you can see now, like starting undersized centers are starting to kind of veer off and kind of, another type of center. To me, I like a player that is, I guess you would say, not similar in style, but kind of similar in usage, and that would be Jonathan Mobley from Fenerbahce. I think like his style and what he uses, and maybe it's just because, he's in the same system as me and Coach Atudis. I think we have very similar usages in that system, so I would take him.
What's your most iconic block of your career?
Most people would say the Final Four block versus Mirotic. I would say my favorite block is the Wade Baldwin jump ball to get to the Final Four. To me, that was my favorite one, just because what it meant, not only to our team, but I think just to the organization, and to strive for something and to be able to accomplish it. I think that was it.
The 3 most talented players you've played with.
The 3 most. Oh man, there may be some people that are.
It's tough. Our tough question, I know.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the 3 most talented players. I'm gonna go with Siobhan Shields. I played against Siobhan a lot previously, and until I actually seen him play every single day, I didn't realize how good he was and how talented he is. So I think, Siobhan, he's an amazing, incredible, talented player. I'm going to go with Mike James, just because, his talent is undeniable. He can do things that a lot of people can't do on the basketball court. And then last, it's tough. I'll go with Spanulis because he's the GOAT. Like, he's the greatest of all time. So, like I said before, to the things he's able to accomplish. Like, to me, he's not the most talented player. Like, there's a lot of players that's more talented, but he has the most will and desire than I ever seen. Like, he can literally will his team to victory, and there's not many players and not many people that can do that.
And the 3 toughest defense to play against?
Toughest defense? Players, yeah. Mike James. I was fortunate enough I had to try to defend him every day in practice. That wasn't the most fun. Also, Chacho. Chacho, defending him in practice. Even though, Chacho has, some trademark, I guess you can say, go-to moves, but he's so quick and he's so smart and crafty. So it was always difficult. And then the 3rd, Brandon Davis. I think, to me, because he's every day I grow a new appreciation of how good he is. Similar to, like I said, Siobhan, every single day, playing against him every day. He's one of the best, offensive talents and offensive minded players that I played against. So I played against him before, but to play against him every day, I grow a new appreciation of how skillful and how talented he is.
Last one, define in one word, Coach Itudis, Messina and Trinchieri.
Winners.
Ball.
Boom, winners. Simple as that. Yes, simple.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.